This whole fiasco started back in October. I was driving home from a local KFC, as I do often, and I looked over from my front yard and seen the biggest buck I had ever seen on this property. Later that evening, I grabbed my bow and I attempted to put a stalk on him. Long story short, I didn't prevail. It was around that same time that my trail cameras started lighting up. One picture after another picture after another picture of big bucks all over the area. We had Rock Band, we had Jeffrey, and those were my two targets. And then November rolled around, the peak of the rut. I went hunting nearly every morning and every evening during the rut. I rattled some, I grunted some, and I even had Jeffrey charge me a few times. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get a shot off. Next thing, rifle season rolls around. With rifle season, if you can see a deer, you can kill the deer. I had a few easy opportunities. Once again, I got charged by this deer right here. He was a small 6-pointer, nothing crazy, but still a pretty respectable deer around these parts. Long story short, I didn't shoot him, but my cousin did. Stinking flattened him with a .308 to the trachea. Throughout the rest of rifle season, I had some good shot opportunities on Ricky Bobby. Another very respectable 7-point, which looking back on, maybe I should have taken the shot. But I relentlessly held out, waiting on Rock Band or Jeffrey. Time kept ticking, and rifle season ended. The rut was over, and my trail camera pictures of the big bucks came to an abrupt stop. I hunted hard, but to no prevail. So I started taking other people out. I took my buddy Abram out. He missed 2, and killed 1. Then I took out my buddy Timmy. First hunt he's ever been on, literally down to doe with a perfect shot within 30 minutes of being out there. Good job, Timmy. Good job. After I guided for those 2 deer, I started focusing back onto myself. The days left of season ticked down. 20, 17, 16, 14, 10, 8. I would go hunting relentlessly and still not see a deer. I decided to put out corn. At this point, I need all the help I can get. I start getting pictures again. I start seeing deer. But this time, 5 days of season left. Not only do I see a deer, but it's the correct deer. Big ol' 8-pointer comes right in, but he's facing directly towards me. That's a shot I can't take. At that time, I was getting a little nervous. Time had been ticking. The big buck went back to 40 yards. I pulled back. I was comfortable with the shot, comfortable with 40 yards. I let the arrow fly. I missed the deer. I was literally plundered. That deer gaslighted me. I was rethinking everything I'd ever knew. The shot felt perfect. What went wrong? After coming back to the sidelines, we looked at the replay. We figured out that it was a good shot. I did feel good about it, and the arrow went exactly where I tried to put it. But what we also found out from the instant replay is that from the time I released the arrow to the time that my arrow got to the deer had dropped his entire body 16 inches, making the arrow that would have punched right in his heart go 2 inches over his back. Well, yesterday evening, my cell cam gave me a little tipsy. The brother is back at my corn pile in daylight. 3 days of season left, minus Sunday, because I'm not going to hunt on Sunday. So I have Friday, Saturday, Monday. I'm going to sit all day sits for these last 3 days, except for this morning. If that deer, which I have named Gasoline, comes back within the next 3 days, I'm going to see him. And if all goes well, I may even get to take a shot on him. Now, because we're doing all day sits, that's kind of tough, okay? Tough on anybody. It's 6 to 6, 12 hours. I'm taking this backpack full of supplies, and I'm also going to be taking the Jackery generator to give us power. I'm going to go sit in the stand up until about 1. Then I'll come down, eat lunch as I have to, because I like to eat and I ain't skipping lunch. And then we'll get back up in the stand hopefully by 1:30 and sit until dark. And we're going to do that for the next 3 days. Besides Sunday. Alright guys, so we had a little plot twist. So while I was doing the backstory, there was a buck that showed up. I don't know how good y'all can see this. Long story short, at 8:02, right around the time I was doing the story, this guy showed up. Now, I don't know how good y'all can see him, but he appears to be another 8-pointer. But then he also... Oh, well, never mind. There's a 6. And then back here's the 8-pointer. So we actually had 2 pretty decent shooter bucks. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but he's an 8-pointer. Luckily, this is not our target buck. This is actually little Wayne. I've named him. I've seen him before, not in person. If he walked out, he might be a shooter. But luckily, Gasoline did not show up this morning. I don't really expect these deer to show up to the same corn pile twice in one day. They've never done it before in all the time I've had this camera on it. So unfortunately, we did miss Little Wayne, and we also missed that 6-pointer that showed up, which we will now name Julio Ortega de Mego. But I don't know if he was much of a shooter anyways. So long story short, lucky for us, Gasoline did not show up this morning. But now we're gonna head on in. I'm feeling good about this. I'm feeling good about this today. And if it ain't today, I'm feeling good about tomorrow. If it ain't tomorrow, I'm feeling good about Monday. We should be good. Everything's set up. My bow is working. We got in the stand pretty quietly. And the good thing about today is that it's only gonna get colder. And it's only gonna get colder throughout the entire weekend. So we should be good. This is all looking pretty good. Alright guys, I'm now taking my midday break. It is the time of the day that the deer are most likely to not come. Your boy is not doing an all-day sit without food. Okay, I ain't doing it. Not gonna happen. Now, even though I am back at the Defender, I am still gonna try to be kind of quiet because I am within 100 yards of where I'm hunting. Where I'm hunting is over the hill, so that will help me a lot, but nevertheless, I do want to still kind of be quiet. Now, big thanks to Jackery because we're not only here to eat. I've also came back to recharge the batteries to my cameras. Because I don't know how much you guys know about batteries, but in the cold, batteries drain extremely fast. Before I do anything, I'm gonna get my phone charging. This is the thing that keeps me still for 4 hours at a time. I do need this. I'm just saying. Plus, I can get some stuff done. But anyways, one of the great things about Jackery generators is that you have so many options to plug in anything you need. We have 3 wall chargers, a couple USBs, and a couple USB-Cs. And then, of course, we have the DC right here that you can plug in a car charger. And there we go. The phone's charging. And I'm also going to be charging the battery to that camera right there. It's now charging. And I'm going to recharge the GoPro battery. There they are. They're now charging. Sweet. Alright. Now, if I was coming out here for more than like one day, I could even bring these solar panels I have, hook it up to this power bank, and harvest the sun's electricity so that this thing will always be charging itself. What I really like about Jackery is they have more than just this size. This one's the 1000. It's the best for my needs. But if you need something you can throw in a backpack, something small and compact, or if you need something really big to power multiple items for a long period of time, you can get bigger ones. No matter what you guys need, go check out Jackery. I'm going to put them first link in the description. Go check out their website, and if you want something, pick it up. Because one of these can seriously let you do things that if you didn't have it, you just couldn't do. Kind of like today. Now, as for me, it is lunchtime. I got a couple options. I got this right here, which is Boost. Literally what I live on half the time. But I think today's meal is going to be this MRE. Let's go get in the cab and cook it, though. It's a little chilly out here. Plus, I can make more noise in here, and it'll be quieter. So far, the morning was good, okay? We had a short morning. I didn't come out here too early because of the wind. And, I mean, we had a deer. He walked right up on us. Julio Ortega de Mego was his name. I really really hope I'm not going to be regretting my decision to let him walk. Like, I'm serious. As soon as he started walking off, I was like, dang, I'm going to regret that. Literally 3 days ago, I was just hoping to shoot a spot. That's okay. That's okay. Let's go ahead and get my food cooking. Alright, this one I have is MRE number 1, chili with beans. I don't know, sounds kind of good. I like chili sometimes. Sometimes I don't. This is, I believe, the chili. This is the cheese spread, nutritional snack bread. I think that's a Pop-Tart. Pepperoni pizzas, crack snapples. What is that? Like combos. There's lemon fruit, something. And we got a cracker. Bet. There's literally no less than 20 turkeys over there. It's definitely turkey season right now. And with my bow, I can kill a tom or a hen, either one. And I think I can kill 2 of them too. They are 40 yards, which is a range I'm comfortable with. But unfortunately, I legally can't, simply because there is corn on the property. If I wasn't hunting over corn, I could shoot those turkeys. But I am, so there's nothing really I can do about it. Still really cool to see them though. Okay, well, I'm gonna give you a little one-day recap of the first of the 3 days left. Overall, I'm gonna say it was a good day. No, we never seen Gasoline. He never showed up. That's okay. That's okay. We did see his cousin, Julio Ortez. I'm just gonna be honest, guys, if I see him tomorrow, I think I'm probably gonna shoot him. We saw some turkeys, which was really nice. Don't really get to see those that often around here. I don't know why, we just don't. And then right there at the end, literally 2 minutes after dark, I had about 4 or 5 does show up to the corn pile, and I could tell that they were does. I had to spook them when I got down from the stand. That's obviously really bad. Okay, you don't want to spook any deer. You don't want any deer to know where you are ever. But in this case, it was my only option. Okay, luckily none of the bucks was with that group of does, and luckily I'm not after does. So the only way that should be able to hurt me is if for some reason Gasoline shows up with that same group of does, and the same group of does pick me out early. Long story short, we did all right. We're going back in the morning. Tomorrow's going to be a long day because we're going in early. I'm gonna give you guys a little midday recap. You know, this morning, I don't know if you guys could see it, but Gasoline came in. He came straight to me. He was looking my direction the whole time, but there was one time where I guess a squirrel or something, I don't know, but he turned his whole body to look uphill, gave me a perfect broadside shot. His head was behind a tree. I went back, I pulled back, and then he decided to run. I don't think it was because of me, because he couldn't smell me. Couldn't see me because his head was behind the tree. And I don't think he could have heard me because I wasn't that loud. If he would have stood still for 2 more seconds, I think I probably could have got a shot off and killed him. He was only 30 yards, which is really close. And I've not seen him since. He could come back. He might not. I don't know. About an hour or so later, we had those 3 does show up. That was kind of a rough scenario because I had 2 in front of me and 1 behind me. And I couldn't really keep track of all 3 of them. The one in the back ended up seeing me. I still could have killed it. I still could have killed any of the 3, but I went ahead and just started moving a little bit, doing like sign languages, stuff like this, dabbing and stuff. I kind of just wanted to see how much movement I could get away with. And at the end of the day, I kind of wanted to run them off because I don't want to sit here and look at a doe for 30 minutes. Nevertheless, we're still going to sit here the entire day. Alright, here's what happened. That spike, right? I was like, I'ma shoot it, okay? That's not what matters though. What matters is that, as you saw in the clip, he was making his way directly to the corn pile. There was a big old tree right before the corn pile. Whenever he got to the tree, I was going to pull back and be ready for him to step out and then kill him like that. He literally got scared of a squirrel and started walking the other way. Now, I don't really think it's truly because of the squirrel. I think he may have smelled something. Wind may have swirled around a tree, something like that. He knew something was up, and then the squirrel just tipped him off. He decided he's gonna leave. Nevertheless, he came back around. I went ahead. I was like, dude, I can't. There's literally no time left in the season. I just turned around. The GoPro was watching me. I pulled back. I held on my 20-yard pin. He was actually 10 yards, and he was quartering to me a little bit. Okay, it wasn't the perfect shot, but a decent shot nevertheless. I hit a little bit higher than I wanted to. 1, because I was up in a tree stand shooting almost straight down, and 2, he's only 10 yards. Nevertheless, once again, this is the arrow, okay? It's a definite hit, not a crazy hit though. You can kind of tell. There is blood on the arrow. There is hair on the arrow. And I tracked him 500 yards. And then I decided to pull out because I wanted to come eat. So I came back at 8, and now I'm showing y'all the arrow. It does have decent blood on it. There is a pretty consistent blood drill of drops that size up to that size for the entire 500 yards. Okay, I know what you're saying, guys. This ain't looking good. It's really not. It's not looking good. But at the end of the 500-yard trail, before I pulled out, I found this, which is guts. And I'm starting to think that the reason he is bleeding so little is maybe because the guts are actually stopping him up. Now, yes, it is technically a gut shot, but it wasn't only a gut shot. Like, there is red blood on this. And so what happened, say this is the head of the deer. It came down right through here and out the bottom. Because there's brown hair on it, and there's also white hair on it. So it came down like this, kind of went straight through the top of it. He's definitely going to die, even if it was just a gut shot, but there's also red blood. The deer's definitely going to die, but it's not going to be easy to track. I know. This isn't good. At this point, I really do think it could go either way. Either we find the deer or we don't. Either way, the deer's gonna die, and the deer's most likely dead right now. But I just don't know where it is. And I'm just gonna put this in here. Yeah. I could have taken a better shot. I could have been more situationally aware to know that deer was closer than 20 yards. But nevertheless, I did what I did. I tried. Alright, now we're gonna go find it. No bubbles, but that's...
But I don't know.
I mean, no matter what, it's a big enough hole.
Here's a bubble.
Okay.
Is that bubble right there?
Yeah, it is. Could have got one longer. At least nicked the one, but...
Nicked the one.
And then there's another big pile right there. Long or not, there's still a big hole in him.
Right here.
Yeah, and then he continues right down through here. Last piece is right here.
Let's see what he's done right here.
There's another piece right there.
He's
Yes.
laid down right here.
Yeah. It's not warm, so that's good, I guess. We didn't jump him up just now.
You reckon you jumped him when he first come down?
I'm not sure.
Back the way we came.
Mm-hmm. We'll head up that way, follow the point at least, and
Go right over here and go up to where that stand was.
mm-hmm. And then I'll come back in the morning. Alright. Ah, my goodness. Alright, mate, it's the next day. We're out there in the bush looking where we last seen the deer. Wish me luck, I think I'm gonna need as much as I can get. We last seen the deer right over here. He was right up here. First thing, we'll go look for his bed and see what it looks like. Hopefully he's not far. But at the end of the day, we never know. We never really know what the little rascal may do. I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna let y'all know what I find. Cause it's raining and it's snowing. And they ain't no chance finding a blood trail. That's unfortunate, but oopsie doops. That's just, I can't really change the weather. Alright guys, good news. I found where he was bedding. This is where he was bedding whenever we came up and accidentally spooked him. And there is a little bit of blood right through here. If we're lucky, he could have been bleeding enough to, you know, maybe lead us right to his body. If not, hopefully he bled enough to lead us in the direction of his body. I'm gonna just keep looking and get back to y'all. Luckily, I can see the blood trail. If I'd came here maybe 2 hours later, after the snow, rain, whatever it is, picks up, maybe a different story. But luckily, we're kind of on to something now. At least a little bit of something. Well, boys, I came down to the pond. I found blood. I found its bed, like I showed y'all last. I found a little bit of a blood trail, but then it jumped down a hill, and the blood trail just stopped. Pretty much, long story short, the blood trail stopped. Is it because the deer stopped bleeding? I'm not sure. Is it because of the rain and snow on the ground? Maybe. But then I looked over and there he was. So that's pretty good, okay? He really didn't bleed. Oh my goodness. That's a... Guys, I don't even know what happened. Yes, I know it was a bad shot, but like, I do not know how it was that bad off. Dude, I hit it in the hip somehow. In the back hip. That's a gut shot, I mean. But for all you haters out there that said, KG can't kill big bucks, what do you have to say now, buddy? What do you have to say now? I know he's a spike on this side, but he's broke off over here. He's probably like a 10 point if he hadn't broke it off. Eat that. Eat that, you hater. I'm really sorry that I'm not the perfect hunter, but at the end of the day, we're learning every time I go out hunting. Here's one where I actually performed flawlessly. It was a doe, but I hit it flawlessly. Or right over here for a video where a 13-year-old outperformed me really bad. Anyways, bye.